You gotta, yeah. It's telling me to rotate my phone. Okay, my live stream got cut out, everybody, but we're back now. Let's head over there because it looks like the speeches are starting. Letitia, nice to see you again. And your name? Mazafar, nice to meet you. Letitia, thank you, gentlemen, for being here. I'll see you shortly. I'll see you soon. So finally, we've got some prepared speeches. Hi, honey. I want to talk about something slightly different than
enough is enough.
but it's gonna be
We need
good.
to take back our
Hopefully you're
country
gonna like
back. We need to take our homes back. This is our home country. Most people here are immigrants, first, second generations. We come in from places where they know exactly what's happening next after this. Yes or yes?
Yes!
Exactly. And that's why we're here. The people who are woke up 3 months ago, we gotta do our part helping other people wake up. We're doing our best providing you different resources. We print up a new mask flyer. We edit it to make sure there's more information, educating people about dangers of wearing masks.
Yes.
There's real danger behind wearing masks all the time. And people don't know it because people listening to the health experts and they're literally damaging their own health. They're deprived of the oxygen because when you're wearing a mask for even a short period of time, I repeat, when you're wearing a mask even for 5-10 minutes, the level of oxygen in your body drops significantly. And like this is crazy that in a heat wave, I see people in the streets wearing masks. I see children in the streets wearing masks. This is called child abuse.
It is, it is.
And the government is responsible for that. It boils my blood because I have a son myself and many people here are parents. And again, that's why we're here. We're not here for ourselves only. We're here for our next generation. We're here for our own children. We're here for children of the whole country. And again, we are very privileged to be able to do this because unfortunately in other countries around the world, they're not even able to come together. They're not able to be without masks outside at all.
That's right. Horrible.
California, guys, you think it's hot here?
Wow.
California, mandatory masks everywhere outside. It's ridiculous what's happening.
Boo!
So we are extremely fortunate, at least in that regard, that we're able to come together here and not have any masks. And the reason why we don't have any masks because we're not afraid.
We are not
and people that are
afraid.
wearing masks, unfortunately, been brainwashed to think that the mask protects you from the virus. The mask is a sign of submission. The mask is a sign of submission. The mask doesn't protect you from the virus. The only people in the history that were forced to wear mouth coverings are slaves. We will not be slaves in this country.
That's right. That's
Enough
right.
is enough.
Enough 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 is enough.
No fear.
No fear.
No fear.
No fear.
No fear.
No fear.
Amazing. Thank you, guys. This is the energy that we need to bring out there.
Yes.
Two things I want to say. Very important. As we all know, unfortunately, and if you know, I'm sorry to break the bad news. Our favorite, big quotation marks, favorite premier of this beautiful province of Ontario will be extending emergency order another 2 weeks into July 15th. Are you kidding me? So we are coming here on Tuesday. I need everybody to come on Tuesday. I need you guys to bring at least 5 to 10 people with you on Tuesday, right there by this building.
Calm down.
Please come for 10 a.m. We're going to be, first of all, submitting our petition. We have hundreds and hundreds of people filled out the petition, helping Randy Healer. The only common sense voice in this building is independent Randy Healer. He wanted to end this emergency order a long time ago. The government said no. He wanted to put an amendment that this government would be accountable at least to the people of Ontario, at least explaining what exact science are they using for these ridiculous measures. They voted that amendment down. We wanted to have this recorded vote so we would know which of these politicians actually voted it down. They did it secret, not recorded vote, so we can't even hold these politicians accountable. And they're going to call us yahoos. They're gonna call us irresponsible? Are you kidding me? Enough is enough!
Enough is enough!
Enough is enough!
Enough is enough!
No fear!
No fear!
No fear!
No fear!
So here, Tuesday, 10 a.m., everyone gotta show up. This building has to hear our voices. I want to have 1,000 people here in this Queen's Park in front of this building. Those politicians need to be scared of us at this point.
Yeah!
We're not going to take this BS anymore.
We're not gonna
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough!
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough!
I'm going to come back, speak a little bit later, bring Kelly on. Stay healthy, love you all. No mask, hugs of a mask. Bring Councilman Love.
Woo! Here, here, here!
That's what it's about, folks. Hugs over masks.
That's right!
It's really interesting because we asked Doug Ford, we called him out on his experts. We said, why don't you have your experts come and have a talk with our experts? How about that? Nothing wrong there, right? But he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't even want to tell us who he is. Any doctor out there who does not have a license in virology or epidemiology is committing the crime of malpractice to advise on COVID. They are not qualified to advise on viruses if they are not licensed or trained in viruses.
That's right! Boo!
And we've had enough, haven't we, folks?
Yes!
Right now, I'd like to invite up a new speaker. Her name is Ashley. She's going to come on up here and take the mic.
Woo!
Hey guys, so some of you may know me, Ashley Taryn, on Facebook. I've been here for 9 weeks, came out here off of a leap of faith, off a poster on a pole.
Wow!
And,
Woo!
started out with about 100 people, maybe 150, and now look at us, right?
Woo! Nice to see you. Nice to see you again. Woo!
I'd like to say is that I'm very honored to stand here alongside all of you guys. I'm very beautiful, strong, courageous, and it helps.
I'm coming back. I just wanted to get my sign, guys.
Secondly, I want to congratulate New Brunswick on their victory and great success after standing and fighting against the mandatory vaccination bill. Many dedicated fellow Canadians stood and made their voices heard for days and set a precedent for our entire nation. We, the people, have a voice.
Yes!
Our voices will not go unheard. Our voices are powerful, and New Brunswick proved that on Thursday.
Woo! I'm literally jumping
And I
for
must
joy.
say,
Woo!
for the second time, that is not the first time. They did it twice.
Bravo!
It is
Bravo!
imperative for everyone standing here today to be aware that the vaccine agenda in Ontario has already been implemented prior to this global pandemic. With that being said, I would like to touch quickly on the dangers associated with mandatory vaccination. If vaccines become mandatory and we lost our right to choose, anything could potentially be added to that vaccine schedule for our children, such as the COVID-19 shot.
Boo!
Right? Anything could potentially be added, and that is a danger. Although it has been mentioned recently that the COVID-19 shot will not be mandatory federally, which I personally
Doubt.
find that hard to believe when 37 million syringes were just ordered.
Boo!
It is important for everyone to understand that vaccine mandates can be declared at provincial levels.
That's assault! Yep.
Against human rights, right?
Well, against
Vaccine Choice Canada and 5
bodily
beautiful
autonomy.
mothers filed a lawsuit against the government of Ontario 9 months ago.
Yes!
I stood here September 23rd with my signs,
Ashley, I know Ashley.
screaming,
Thank you.
shouting relentlessly, "My body, my choice, I do not comply."
That's right. Thank you. Woo!
I stood here with hundreds of other parents after finding out the government of Ontario is threatening to withhold our rights to choose in making an irresponsible recommendation to take away religious and conscious exemptions. This is a violation against our Charter of Rights. And Rocco Galati is also representing that case.
Woo! Bless Rocco!
For those of you who are unaware who Rocco Galati is, He is the same attorney who is filing a lawsuit against the federal government for this unjust, unlawful lockdown we have endured the last few months.
Woo! Bravo! Woo!
Vaccine Choice Canada is a not-for-profit organization who could benefit greatly with donations towards both lawsuits.
Yes.
You can do this by becoming a member and donating through the Vaccine Choice Canada website at www.vaccinechoicecanada.com.
Support Vaccine Choice Canada, guys.
We, the people,
Amazing
have the power to
organization.
stand up against medical tyranny.
Yes.
It is our duty to stand up for truth. We, the people, need to unite as one and fight for our right to choose.
Yes.
Because where there is risk, there must be choice.
Yes. Yes.
There is a massive conflict of interest and incentive surrounding the vaccine agenda, and it's very alarming. Remember, there is absolutely no profit in a healthy population. A cured person is a customer loss.
Boo.
Lastly, I would like to say I am pro-science, I am pro-safe, and I am pro-choice, and most importantly, I'm pro-truth. And truth starts with liability and informed consent.
Yes. 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 Yes.
We all need to continue to advocate to end the censorship, and please do the right thing and never stay silent.
That's right.
The truth starts
Yeah.
with you. For those who participated in writing letters, thank you.
Yes.
Cullen really stressed the importance of letters and the impact they can make. It's never too late to start, so if you need any guidance, head over to Glorious and Free. Also, you're welcome.
Woo!
Also, please head over to my good friend Jessica and sign the petition against mandatory vaccination if you have not already. Thank you very much.
Ashley, everybody, that was absolutely wonderful. We have so many organizations that have come together to support all of you. And that's what it's about. It's about us unifying with each other. As Canadians, regardless of our differences, regardless of what we believe in, we all believe in democracy.
That's
we
right.
all have an obligation to all of our children to provide them with a better world than the one we were handed. And that's what this is about. That's exactly what this is about. Next, I'd like to ask Gail to come up here because I know she's got to take off shortly. There she is. And everybody, a warm welcome for Gail. It's her first time on the mic as well.
Hi guys. So I didn't really, think I was going to be speaking to anyone. I'm not a professional speaker. I don't have speech written or anything really. I just wanted to voice my pain and tell my story. And I know that I speak on behalf of so many small businesses whose lives have been destroyed through this, because of the fear-mongering, because of this nonsense that we're going through. My story is that I opened a beautiful shop in Leslieville, right where I live, to support my community, to be part of my community, and to give back to, I do permanent makeup, so we tattoo eyebrows, we take care of women who have had cancer, who have lost their eyebrows, and we give them back that. We do people who have had alopecia, we do women, and we just empower women to give them back their confidence. So I think, that I do something that is good for this,
Of course.
for humanity. So when we got shut down, when I was told that we had to close, and I seen so much shaming of businesses who really couldn't afford to close down and chose to be open, the shaming that I saw on the internet, the first time that people came out here to speak up for their businesses and their livelihood, and I mean, it's our life, it's our food on our table, it's a roof over our head, it's a life for our children, it's their school funds, people have gone in and taken money out of all of these things and still took a $40,000 loan that they're gonna have to pay interest on, that they're stuck with a $40,000 loan, plus they can't pay it back, plus their businesses have been closed, plus they lost their homes, and they have a loan that they're paying interest on it and cannot work to pay it back. So my story was, when they said to me that we had to close down, I was so afraid of what everyone else is going to think about me and how it's going to affect my business and my employees, that I just literally rolled into a ball and sat at home paralyzed. And I made a video about 2 months ago just speaking about this injustice. And my beautiful wife told me that people are not going to understand it in that way because people were not ready to hear the things that I had to say. So about 2 weeks ago, when they prolonged, when I was told to wait for 2 weeks and we're just doing this for 2 weeks, don't worry, we'll help you, we'll give you some money, we're going to take care of our small businesses, everything is great. I sat there and I wanted to comply because I care about people and I care about everything. But once the data started to roll in and once people started to understand, then I was like, whoa, another month. We're sitting another month and another month and another month. And because I have a platform of 20,000 people,
nice.
So many people have reached out to me to tell me I cannot do another day of this. My business will not make it. My family doesn't have a home. My husband committed suicide. I want to kill myself every single day. And I don't even, I romanticize being dead because I cannot take this anymore.
Wow.
So when people like that come to me, and my spirit guide said, enough is enough. I had one client tell me she has 3 daughters and she wants to commit suicide every morning.
No.
And for me, that was the most heartbreaking thing because what mother, how desperate do you have to be able to leave your children behind? So my spirit guides told me that I had to do this, and I did a video that ended up being 30 minutes long, and I just talked about how we are being poisoned from what we see, from what we hear, to what we know, to what we're being programmed to in school, from our vaccines to our foods to over 850 tons of chemicals have been poured into our environment. This year alone, 1.2 million people are dying of alcoholism. 500,000 people have killed themselves this year, and these numbers will only rise. So when I said things from my heart, that video went viral, and I ended up going on Global, and I ended up going on CTV to do a live, to speak on behalf of the small businesses, which is 250,000 in Ontario, small businesses that have been open for 60 years, 20 years, 10 years, even 1 year. I mean, it doesn't matter how long we've been open, how long we've been given back to the economy or to society. We are essential. Anything that puts food into your mouth and anything that puts a roof over your head is essential.
Yeah!
And no one is going to tell me that I am not essential.
That's right! That's right! That's
shop,
right!
And I was answering
That's right.
emails, and I got a phone call from a woman, and I picked up the phone, and she said, "Is this Yale?" And I said, "Yes." And she said to me, "I hope that you should be ashamed of yourself because you're a disgrace. I saw you on CTV, and how dare you think that you are essential?"
Oh my God.
And I said to her, "How dare you call me and tell me that my livelihood, what I've done, what I've worked, the people that I employ, and the children that they feed are not fucking essential." So I'm so grateful to be here, surrounded by all of you, because for so long I was so afraid to have my voice heard and to use my platform for what is the truth. And I'm not afraid anymore, so thank you guys.
Beautiful sister. God bless her. Bravo.
Oh, she got me, guys. Why does government exist?
No, don't even.
Because there are
We're really wondering
a lot
at
of
this
us,
point.
and a lot of people don't like to take responsibility incomplete for their lives and actions. So we need a body, a structure to do it, to manage what we want,
That's becoming more and more
to keep the
doubtful by the
peace
day.
amongst a vast array of different people with different beliefs, different wants, different needs, different desires. But it is so very important for that peace to exist that the people are in charge.
That's right.
We will not be dictated to.
That's right.
This is not a dictatorship.
That's
You will
right.
not tell us what is essential. We are all essential. Our children are essential.
That's
Our
right.
jobs are essential.
That's right.
We will not shut up.
That's
we will
right.
not sit down.
That's
we will
right.
come here every single day until you do your job or you will be fired. With
Yay!
that, I would like to welcome Chris Sky.
Woo!
Wow. What she just said before about the small businesses is what I feel every single day. That's why I started Back to Work in the first place. We got some new listeners. I know the cops are listening too. I want everybody to hear these stats. When we started this year, we had 1.15 million small businesses, making up over 97% of all the businesses in this country.
Wow.
70% of all the jobs in this country. The largest portion of our GDP, and virtually the entirety of our middle class. The virus was used as a way to shut down business. They used fear and ignorance. Fear with models that they weren't backed up by data, and the ignorance of people who don't go any further than their TV or their government to tell them how to live and how to make their decisions. Fear and ignorance are the most dangerous things to freedom in society. And freedom is what's essential.
That's right.
We are
Woo!
all essential. When you let the government decide who is essential and who is not essential, we all lose as a society.
That's right.
There are no winners and losers in that thing. Everybody loses. Because when those small businesses close, our economy is affected. You're all affected. We've already lost over 225,000 businesses. These businesses are supporting families. These families are falling apart. Our suicide rate is almost 500% higher than normal. Our addiction rate can't even be determined. It's so high. Domestic violence is off the charts. Children are scared. Everybody is losing their mind. And what does the government tell us? We're going to extend your lockdown. We're going to extend the border closure. And we're going to extend CRB another 2 months, bringing it to 6 months.
Enough is enough.
Why do they want to extend CRB? Because they know every week they're putting more people to that unemployed, dependent on government class. It's a push towards socialism, but more important, it's a push away from freedom and government control. If you do not have your own livelihood, if you rely on the government to feed your family, you are not independent. You are not making your own decisions.
That's right.
You are not free. Yep. You understand?
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
They are using fear. They are using things like wearing masks to dehumanize you, to make you comply, to make you afraid, to make you perpetuate this to others, to give the impression that it's scared. People aren't wearing masks because they're scared of the virus.
Right.
People are wearing masks because they're scared of the government.
That's
or they're
right.
scared of the person in the grocery store that's going to gang up on them and call them irresponsible. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There is light at the end of the tunnel. At Dundas Square yesterday, Matthew was there with his cart. He had the Pugs Over Mask shirt hanging off the side.
Awesome.
And a little kid walked by with their mother, and the mother had forced the kid to wear a mask, and you could tell the child did not want to wear this mask.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Complete child abuse. 100% child abuse,
Wow.
state sanctioned. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
But this child, he saw the Hugs Over Mask shirt, and immediately just ripped off the mask. A child with the wherewithal to understand that the mask is a symbol of slavery, compliance, oppression, and it's unhealthy.
That's
the
right.
child ripped off the mask
Nobody's
and looked
here
at its
wearing any
mother, up at
masks.
the mother and said, "Mommy, I don't want to wear a mask anymore.
Woo!
I want hugs instead."
Woo!
That is the message we push, and for the reason that it sets people free to make up their own mind. You need to be free to make your own decision. You cannot rely on the government to decide what's best for your business, to decide what's best for you, decide what's best to be injected in your body. It's ridiculous. And we can win. We saw yesterday, a couple of days ago in New Brunswick, the mandatory vaccine bill was shot down.
Woo!
And if they try that shit in
right.
We've been here 9 weeks. We've been standing our ground. We've been pushing our message.
That's right.
Right?
Woo!
Because we are fearless.
That's right.
When you're not afraid, you cannot be manipulated. When you're not afraid, you cannot be told what to do. When you're not afraid, you will stand up for yourself. They're trying to prevent that from happening. They're using division of all tactics, dividing us into smaller and smaller factions. And I wish everybody could understand that. Everybody needs to understand. Division is their weapon. How have they divided us so far? They started with the people scared of the virus from watching too much TV, and the people who actually read the data and know that the virus is not dangerous. They know not one child aged 0 to 20 has died. They know that 97% of the dead are over 60 years old. So they're not afraid. So they divided society amongst the afraid and the not afraid. Then they divided society amongst the business owners and essential workers versus the non-essential and everybody collecting CRB. Now they're trying again to divide us by race. Just like we see in the United States, Antifa enticing Black Lives Matter to cause riots so we can foment race division. More division for the government, less unity for the people, less chance, less means to fight back. Now they've gone even further. And first of all, they failed here, let's be honest. How many times have they tried to cause riots in the last few weeks in Toronto? Every week. And what have they caused?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. They caused us to come together and sing Stand By Me.
Yeah.
So now what are they trying? Now, the next division tactic, defund the police. So now we want to turn the people against the people that are there to protect them? Are you not in your mind? You think these people want to enforce the draconian laws that are being enforced upon them?
No.
I don't think so. They just want to keep their job like everybody else.
That's
But
right.
everybody has a breaking point. I know these guys can't be listening to us for the last 9 weeks and be oblivious. I know they can't. I know it's impossible. You know why it's impossible? Because we're telling the truth.
Yes.
And the truth resonates. The
Yes.
lies need to be told by every government official, by every media outlet, over and over and over, beating you over the head with it until you submit, until you just give in. But when somebody tells the truth, you only need to hear it once from one person, and you remember it forever. And once you're awake, you cannot go back to sleep.
That's right.
That's not enough. When you're awake, you gotta wake up others. If you're awake, but you're not actively waking up others, you're an enabler. You're the worst. You know better. You know what's happening. You know how to fight back, but you won't because you don't want someone to take a bad blog post about you online. You don't want someone in your mom's group to make a bad comment about you.
Boo! Who cares? Who
We need to
cares?
get people off the fence. We need to get people fighting for what's right. We need to get people understand what's going on. We asked the government, why are you extending our lockdown? As Vlad mentioned, Randy Hillier, table amendment to force the government to provide the data and the justification. Not only did they vote against it, they used a secret ballot method so you wouldn't know who voted against it.
Yeah.
Corruption.
That's
Complete, specifically designed unaccountability to subvert your rights without giving you a say, without giving you a recourse. Why do you think they want to extend the lockdown? No parliament. Parliament means more voters, more voices, more dissension. This way they can make things happen without telling you. And how do they do it? They're using more false hope to pacify the masses. They use tailored headlines, carefully crafted to give you the wrong impression. A perfect example, Ontario will not mandate masks. Sounds very cut and dry. Ontario won't mandate masks. Thanks, Doug Ford. No. They'll leave that up to the individual municipalities. North already has. Brampton's planning it. Markham's planning it. So, if every municipality in Ontario mandates it, does it matter if Ontario mandated it or not? No, but 90% of the people don't read past the headline.
We are
So you
not
ask
gonna
the average
wear
person and they
any
say, "Masks
fucking
aren't gonna be
masks."
mandatory in Ontario." And if you tell them otherwise, they won't listen.
We're not gonna.
Another example.
Yeah, we're not gonna
They're
wear them.
protecting the businesses.
Bullshit.
You heard, yeah. Are they protecting our businesses? No! Every week, I have people signing up to back to work with a sob story. I already lost my house. I'm a single mother of 3 kids. People are telling me I'm going to get arrested if I try to work. These are people at the end of their rope. These are people calling me out of sheer desperation. At the end, with nothing else to do. Not even expecting results. But guess what? We have a 100% success rate so far of helping businesses renegotiate their rent and reopen under certain circumstances to generate revenue. And we have a 0% rate of bylaw infraction.
Woo!
A perfect record.
Woo!
So it's worth it. And why are we doing this? We haven't even seen the consequences start to manifest yet. Our reality is we're going to have at least a 10% reduction in our GDP this year.
Boo.
That's depression level reduction. We lost 20% of our small businesses, millions of jobs.
Boo.
When you combine that loss of GDP, that massive unemployment, the huge $400 billion deficit, by next year, those CRB payments that people are collecting for $2,000 a month aren't even going to buy their groceries. But they're not going to let you hear that. They're not going to let you feel that. Because by the time fall rolls around and flu season kicks in, and most of the country is wearing masks, destroying their immune system, our flu season is going to be worse than normal.
Yeah.
And guess what they're going to blame it on?
Oh,
Thank
COVID!
you. The COVID second wave.
Oh.
And guess what the first thing they're going to do is? Lock everybody down once again.
We're not gonna take
Why?
it!
Because they want to destroy the rest of the businesses,
Boo.
and they want to hide the consequences for manifesting. If we're locked down, we won't notice that massive inflation. We won't notice that massive debt. We won't notice those massive job losses. And then they can keep it going.
Boo!
That is their plan. That's why we're doing back to work right now.
That's
Just like
right.
we built this army here.
That's
this
right.
fearless army of Ontarians.
Yeah!
We're doing the same with businesses.
Woo!
By the time they're ready to lock us down again, I'll have 100, 200 businesses in my army. And when they lock us down and tell us we're going to be gone for 2 weeks, and it turns into 6 months, and everybody's at the end of their rope, all it will take is one email from me to launch all these businesses into action.
That's
we'll
right.
restart the economy single-handed.
That's right!
That's what our plan.
We are gonna do
What
it!
else are we doing to fight
That's
this?
right!
As another
That's
speaker
right.
mentioned, we got Rocco Galati on the case, literally.
Woo!
He was supposed to file a submission this week at 83 pages long.
Woo!
However, he just have to keep writing because our government just keeps doing more and more illegal shit.
Yeah,
We're over 100 pages now in our submission.
nice.
This was going to cover the lockdown, the mandatory vaccines, our businesses, even 5G and social distancing.
Nice!
We have everything covered in this.
Woo!
We're going to hold them accountable.
That's right.
We're going to get results.
Yeah!
What else are we doing? As we know, the best way to combat ignorance is with truth and awareness. The best way to do that is through the moms. Moms, it's the truth. You guys listen, and you're very influential.
Yeah,
If
because we
if
care
get
about
through to you,
the children.
through
We
your
care
children,
about
you
our
get through
kids.
to the husband, you get through to everyone. The government knows this too. That's why they invented an NGO called Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I'm sure you've all heard of it.
Yeah,
It's very effective at what it does, at taking our rights and getting illegal checkpoints and all these other beautiful things the government couldn't do without it. So let's give him a round of applause for a brilliant idea. For them, for us. But it gave me an idea. An idea for a massive online awareness campaign targeting moms. Not just in Canada, but around the entire world.
nice.
We
Woo!
want to make sure that by the time September comes around, no mother in her right mind will even think of sending their child to that trauma center they are trying to call school.
That's right. That's right. Woo! We will not
Are
support
all
that.
mad. Mothers against distancing.
Woo!
I just created the Facebook group at like 5 in the morning last night. We already have hundreds of people joining. I don't even know
Woo!
how. when the website's going live, our slogan is going to be, get mad. Why? That's what we all need to do. Everybody's so compliant. Everybody's staying home. Everybody's doing what they're told. No! Stop doing what you're told!
Yes, stop
Get
it!
mad!
Yeah! Woo!
Enough is
Enough is enough!
We are now aware. We will make others aware.
That's right.
Awareness ends this. When people realize the virus is not dangerous, when people realize businesses are the target of this and we save them, when people realize that putting your kids in that school is going to cause exponentially more harm than good on a massive scale, they will stand up and they will say no. Right now, everybody's afraid. We know you fight ignorance with truth. How do you fight fear? With courage.
That's right!
But it's a little more complicated. Because with truth, all I gotta do is tell you.
Hola.
Once you heard the truth, you can discern for yourself what's true and what's not. And now you know the truth, so you can act upon it. With fear, it's a little different. Fear is in your mind. It's something you need to overcome. I can't just tell you something and all of a sudden you're not afraid. But I can give you the information. I can give you the means to fight back. Like I did with Back to Work. Think about with Back to Work. The people are sitting there compliant because they're scared, they're confused, they don't know their legal rights, and they don't have the money to fight back. So what did I do? I created an anonymous network that links people together. Safety in numbers, just like we have here.
Yes!
Without compromising their identity.
Yes!
That appealed to everybody. What's next? I meet them, I show them their legal options to renegotiate their lease and make a business model that'll allow them to generate revenue within the guidelines, which they never thought was possible because they're too scared to try. That's the courage that's provided by the plan. The next thing we do, we have a legal team in place for them, ready to go, 24 hours a day. So if they have any trouble, they have their safety and peace of mind already taken care of.
We are at the
And
end the
obviously, last
lockdown
but not least, we got
protest
the
in
legal fund,
Toronto, guys.
which has around $7,000 in it already after just 2 weeks.
Sky is talking about
Just 2
back to
weeks.
work. Woo!
How
Yes!
you provided
Yes!
them with those means. You provided them with
Yes!
a network of other like-minded people. You provided them the knowledge they require. You provided them the legal team they need to fight if required, and the funds. That's how you fight the fear. That's how you provide the courage. And that's what we need to do on a grand scale with everything, via awareness. It's one thing to make the businesses open and go against the government. That takes some courage, real courage. You're going against an edict of the government, you're breaking a so-called emergency order, there's real consequences. But when we tell hundreds of millions of mothers, and we have doctors on video telling these hundreds of millions of mothers that putting your child in one of those schools is the worst thing you could possibly do for them, there's no fear for them not to bring their kid to school.
Definitely
The only fear will
not
be with
gonna
other
happen.
mothers that might say, why aren't you bringing your kid to school?
We don't care
But
about
if they
that.
all feel the same way,
Yes.
and nobody wants to bring their kids to school,
Yep.
all this new normal bullshit ends instantaneously.
Yes! Woo!
Stop the social distancing in the schools.
Yeah.
They have no reason to try to keep it anywhere else. No justification, no reason, and it'll just evaporate.
Yeah.
When social distancing evaporates, the fear that goes along with it evaporates. Without the fear, without people being scared, they can think. And when you can think, you can make rational decisions.
Yeah.
Like taking off the mask.
Woo!
The big problem we have right now is that people are now compliant. The government did a great job of convincing everybody this is all over. We're opening, everything's going back to normal. No, they're not opening.
Liars.
They're opening everything but Toronto, which is like 50% of the businesses. And they're only opening you at 50% capacity. How long can a country thrive at 50% of their economic output after losing 20% of their businesses and being completely shut down for 2 of the 12 months? Answer, it cannot. They know this. So we have to stop them from being able to do their goal. What do they have planned for you? This is the life they intend for you. Have you heard of the new Canada Day party that they're planning?
Yeah, virtual online.
Oh my goodness. Does anybody know what it's called? Together Apart. Oh, guys, don't hate. It's a very safe, inclusive, virtual celebration. This is how they want you to spend your Canada Day?
No!
At home, by yourself, in front of a TV, watching so-called live bands perform on TV. This is my favorite part of the virtual Canada Day celebration. They're gonna end it with a fireworks display that you watch on TV. But guess what, guys? For your safety, it's not a real fireworks display. It's just a montage of past fireworks.
Oh my God!
This is how I want you to spend your Canada Day. Not with your friends, not with your family, not out in the sun, not having a good time, not walking around spreading a message. No, they want you in front of your
We're
TV,
going to
eating drive-thru,
Parliament
wearing a
Hill.
mask, lonely, and having virtual celebrations. They want that to be your new normal. What am I saying? I'm saying we got to get back to work and back to normal.
Yeah!
This guy, he's absolutely fantastic, isn't he?
No new normal! No new normal! No new normal! No new normal! No new normal!
Wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. With that, I'd like to invite Vlad back up to the microphone. Vlad, where are you? My dear.
Oh, he's coming.
Here he comes. Everybody, a warm welcome for Vlad.
Woo!
There we go.
All right. How's everyone feeling?
Woo!
In case you're not passionate enough, I hope you're passionate now.
Woo!
Amazing people. You know, this is why we're here. We're fighting for our freedom. Like I said, we're fighting for freedom of our next generation as children. And this one a conversation of children again. Again, in schools, they released the 3 options for the public education system in Ontario to open.
Are you
There's
serious?
a strict one. There's one with whatever regulations. Anyway, long story short,
We're not gonna
we
put
really
up with
have to
that
make
crap.
a push. So I put a box, spread it around. If not, take
Nice.
it. This is an updated flyers for defining the masks.
Nice,
Regulations. This is one, the original. We just changed the colors a little bit to be a little bit more friendly. And then the back actually is completely changed. So there's 6 reasons why masks are dangerous for your health. So this actually do work. Chris already told you about the
gonna be
t-shirts
distributing
that work
these
for a child
everywhere.
with a mom to take off the masks. I have people constantly messaging me that they go into the stores, they giving this to people. These flyers don't work every single time, of course. However, they work enough times for us to keep doing it. And more than anything, we have to do it more. We have to make sure that these flyers are distributed, especially in Toronto and GTA where you are at. There's 1 box over here, I put 1 box over there. So when you
Awesome.
grab it, I have another box by the water
Awesome.
under the tree.
Thank you.
But spread it
Woohoo.
around. We'll get you more flyers. We got more shirts as well.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
the flyers work, and think of this, guys. This is a seed of doubt that we need to plant to the people.
That's
The
right.
best strategy to have is to come from compassion with people that are unfortunately been brainwashed by this government.
That's right.
The government been heavy brainwashing people for the last now over 3 months, unfortunately.
I love your style.
And many of you know my story. I come from Soviet Union. I was born in Soviet Union. I was 11 years old when Soviet Union collapsed. Already by that, I was heavily indoctrinated in the Soviet Union propaganda. So I can see this stuff a mile away when it comes at us. A lot of people here are coming from Soviet Union or around the block or communist countries or whatnot. We know what the tyrannical governments are. We know when they're brainwashing people to accept the new reality. The history will repeat itself unless we stop it. It's our responsibility to stop so the history doesn't repeat itself. Around Bolshevik revolution in Soviet Russia, I discussed this before, but I'll say it because it's that important. Same thing as in Nazi Germany. The first step that we always do is censorship and propaganda.
Yeah. That's
How
what
much
they've been
of
doing.
that have we have
Oh
been
my
exposed
God.
to in the last
Boo.
almost 4 months?
Boo.
Heavy censorship
Yeah.
and heavy propaganda.
Heavy propaganda.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Step number 2, they taken away the guns. They did that
That's right.
in Soviet Russia.
Yeah.
They did that in Nazi Germany, banning the guns.
Yeah.
What this government, dictator GT, I call him hashtag dictator GT, did during the pandemic, by the stroke of a pen, he signs the law to ban 1,500 different types of guns.
Boo. Do not give up your guns.
It doesn't
Get
matter if
armed.
you're pro-gun or you're for pro-gun control. What really should be concerning to every single Canadian in this country, how that was done. It was not done in a democratic country that we are. It was done with a stroke of a pen without any debate that was necessary to make sure that this legislation
We
is
will
actually
not
represent the
comply.
Canadians.
We will not comply.
Enough.
Enough is enough.
Step number 3, what we did in Soviet Russia before the revolution and now right after, and in Nazi Germany, they suppressed business class. Specific business class was suppressed.
And that's exactly what
Why
they're
are they
doing
doing
here.
that? Because people in that sector are free thinkers. People in that sector don't like to be told what to do.
That's right.
People in that sector don't accept the status quo.
That's right.
How do you control that sector? You economically suppress them first. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
We are all essential.
We are all essential.
Step number 4, and they did that, and you learn so much, unfortunately, with history, and it's really repeating itself. They did
Do
that
not
in
allow it.
Nazi Germany.
Do not comply.
In Nazi Germany, they were euthanizing disabled people.
Oh my God.
I'll repeat.
That's right. Yeah.
In 1930s, in Nazi Germany, they were euthanizing, in other words, killing in a hospital disabled people.
Oh my God.
Do you know what's the justification for that practice? We need to create space.